I'm a little disappointed last night. Like, Jesus. Let's go. Stepping on motion. Fire barrel rolling. How was everybody's night last night? I feel like last night was a little crazy. How about you guys? Enough this stuff. I gotta make some biscuits. Hi, OG Breezy. I'm just a little shocked that people really think that a crime wasn't committed. Good morning. I just don't even know what to say to that. You know? Hi, Mafia Mama. Good morning. How are you, love bug? Right, OG Breezy. Like, that's my biggest point is how can you not say that it didn't happen when there was positive identification on the first report, which the report is now not visitable on the website. You know, I was one of those people that didn't want to believe it either. Yes, we can, Mafia Mama, for sure, babe. I ain't doing nothing all day. My grandparents are supposed to be here at, like, I think after church or something like that. Hi, Ranger. How are you? And my uncle is really sick. He's in the hospital with sepsis, so I do think that at some point I do gotta go up there. It's my dad's brother. Oh yeah, of course, babe, I will. I love you and I miss you, Mafia Mama. I hope you're doing well, honey. Ranger! Thank you, honey. How are you? Hi, itty bitty. Yeah, it's been crazy, Mafia Mama. Hey, Shannon. How are you, honey? Good morning. But OG Breezy, like, when you talk to them, they say the same thing. Well, everybody is saying just because they don't see, I think what they're saying is just because they don't see an active warrant next to the case. It looks like a case that's being taken care of. It's not. Hi, Barb. If a if you actually, the way a court case works, you have to be arrested or you have to be presented with a summons to go to court. Um, that's how you would get a court date if it was being taken care of. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get one. And thank you, Shannon. Um, right, Ranger. Yeah, and I think a lot of the point that people, what I think Mal's argument. Oh, you gonna roll it, roll it? She already woke up and she's sick of my shit. Um, my thing is okay. Do you guys remember when it first came out? And I'm only pointing this out because I know Mallory's argument is that it doesn't show an active warrant. Do you guys remember when it actually came out? When it first came out, there was a probable cause statement from the sheriff's department. That's no longer visible on the website. But on that initial report, they made positive identification using the plates and tags number. Somebody has it posted, and I can't remember who has that initial report posted. But yes. And on that paper, the bond amounts show 0. They show 0. Why would there, if there wasn't a warrant, why would the bond amounts say 0? Because they want him for questioning. They want him to come in. That is when an arrest will be made. They're not going to send you an email and let you know that you have a warrant or they want you for questioning. They're not going to tell you that. But if you look at that initial report, the report actually states 0 bond amounts under each and every single charge. That report also is not visible on the website. Yes. Yes, the plates was, so basically the plates was used to identify him. And the officer that actually wrote the statement says he could not make contact with him because there was no valid address or phone number. And that the vehicle was last seen in North Carolina, out of the state of its entirety. That's what the report said in the initial report that was made, that is also no longer visible on the website. And I know that a lot of people, I was one of those people too. I was one of those people that's like, no, I can't believe this. Like, this is crazy. This has got to be wild. But seriously, just take a look at it yourself. Yeah, Petty Witch. Hi, everybody coming in. I'm sorry. It's all confusing for you, for the record. Yeah.
So I'm not really sure exactly what the situation is that you're talking about, but I've been through lots of records. So I just have a question for clarity. I'm sure it's about who I think it is, but I just have a question because I hear that there's 2 different states, right?
Mm-hmm.
If he was picked up and identified, even though it was a zero bond amount, if it was a non-extraditable warrant, would that have deactivated the warrant that used to be active?
Well, he says, so Scammy Claus had said to everybody she spoke to the deputy that is in charge of the case. And it's extraditable in all 50 states because it is a felony 1.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because I know if it's non-extraditable, that'll cancel it out and it'll look like that. And I'll let him go.
In some states, yes.
Okay, that's what I just needed clarity on.
Yeah, since it's a felony 1, and I'm just trying to kind of give a different viewpoint because I know a lot of people are like, oh, it doesn't say anything on the website. It's not showing anything. From my understanding, what I see, even the initial report is not showing because
okay, so they transferred it to the original place.
It took place in the same place that it's at.
Okay. So he didn't cross any states or anything like that.
Right. Well, according to them, after the incident occurred, the vehicle was last seen in North Carolina.
And where did the incident happen?
Florida.
And why was it last seen in North Carolina? Was it on a video? I have no idea the background, so I'm just flying blind here. So I'm asking probing background questions for a reason. For the
right, Jay Grandma. You don't get bonds until you see the judge or the magistrate, and I think
not always. Like in certain areas, the courts will have a preset bond for charges. They're automatically set.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it all depends on the court system. So we can't like blanket that. It could be a like you would actually have to call the court and find out.
Right, and I know that like for the arrest, like for the actual, it's called the probable cause statement. It just says that they made positive identification. They've obtained video footage from the day, and they were able to make positive identification from the plates and tags.
So has anybody tried to FOIA the info? Because if it has been completely like gone, you won't be able to get anything. But you can.
That's what I'm saying. I think that because they're not going to send you a statement telling you have a warrant or you're wanting for questioning. They're not going to do that.
No, not typically.
They're not. You have to. It's a different way. There's spread love in here.
Fees and they gave you a bunch of info beforehand.
RT, there's spread love.
Oh yeah, they've been torturing weird shit all over the internet that I see plain as day. I'm torturing frontal lobes and doing pirouettes in people's brains. It's great. I have like picked up a saguaro cactus and flung it at the internet.
Well, yeah, K-Dot, you may have gotten a letter from the court or you got something sent to you, but this is a case where there has been no contact.
So there are like a few instances, and that's why, like, what is the rumor as like what's his claim? Let's start there.
Yep. Yeah, no, this is a discussion. This isn't bullying him. This isn't saying anything. This is just saying because people yesterday were going ballistic.
Listen, you people wouldn't handle a case study in a law class to save your fucking lives because you wouldn't be able to get off the goddamn overview. Shut up.
I'm just trying to say what Scammy Claus was saying, that there is a warrant. Like she said, she talked to the deputy that's over the case.
That's what I'm like. That's why I'm asking both sides, and that's why I just said, "What is his claim?" Like I'm literally asking his side.
Well,
while you're down there
he hasn't made a statement. Like he hasn't said anything, and a lot of people are saying he didn't do it. But there is security camera footage out there all over TikTok.
I have seen that footage because that happened just after HJ, right, or during that time when there was that hospital bit, and then there was that.
Yes.
Okay, so I just want to make sure there wasn't another incident. So it's that one that we're speaking of. Because I haven't really kept up with this other than that, because I've been really busy over here stirring up trouble. You're welcome, hun.
I will check that. Hold on one second.
Everybody has their opinions about who I let in my chat or talk to, and they can have their opinions, and I'm free to talk to people.
Yeah,
However,
I know that a lot of people, like a lot of people's claims is, that it's not something that he did or anything like that.
I know I've heard him make some statements on live um, regarding it, like after the fact, and I may have even recorded some of it. I have to go into my shit because I skate all over the internet. I remember him making some statements, and here's the way I look at things. Scammers and thieves are very smooth, convincing talkers when they're doing their shit and selling their story and making themselves look like, you know what I mean? Like he really gets down. He's really no different than some of the other people I call out for their vile ass behavior and tearing apart of people on the internet, because I've literally heard the man say, if you don't agree with him, he's going to do the same thing to you. Well, I don't fucking agree with you, and we've already tore my life apart, so now what? Every bit of my info's out here. Fuck, according to Train, I lived in a DV shelter for indigenous people, and you all fucking believed it. I don't fucking care. I don't
Right.
agree with you.
And that's why, I think that a lot of people yesterday, I mean, the whole fucking internet was going like, they're like,
Oh, God, yeah.
well, everybody's like, oh, it doesn't say warrant, so that doesn't mean there's not one.
And that's not true.
Right. It don't always show you in the
No, and
database
there's
that there
certain
is
types of
one.
warrants it won't show.
Yeah, it won't populate and it won't show you right away, just like the initial report does not show you anymore.
And you don't have access to lien. Only law enforcement and officials do. And if it's in the lien record, it's all that matters.
Correct. Correct. A lot of places don't show it, and it's not going to just populate.
Do you know how hard it was to get documents on Train's case? I had to pay a lot of fucking money just for the barest of records. There are some areas where it is like
Hi,
pulling
Karen.
teeth.
Yeah, yeah, and they make it that way, right? Like a lot of court cases or court documents typically make it that way because.
So here's another indication. If you can't find any court record, okay, let me give you a scenario that could be plausible, because this was the case with Train. All right. And I know this from personal experience. She got arrested, and then we waited for months, and it never, like, they were waiting for a grand jury indictment. And when I went to pull case records, because it was not on a docket and indicted by the grand jury yet, it was not accessible to the public. So that could be waiting grand jury indictment. It is a felony.
Right, because I mean, he hasn't answered any questions to them.
You might
So,
want to look, if you can find a grand jury docket and go perusing through them for our little internet sleuths, you might want to go try to find that, because if somebody were to go to the courthouse and they had accurate, detailed info, they might be able to tell them the case file's behind the counter, but it's not been to the grand jury yet. You might be able to get that kind of info if you're nice. But you might not until it's to the grand jury.
yeah, and I know a lot of people is like saying, like, well, just because it doesn't show a warrant, things didn't happen.
And that's not true.
Correct. It's early in, like there's been no questioning. Basically, from my stance, I think that they want him for questioning, and then an arrest will be made. Then a court date will be made. Then, when you appear in court, then you got to send it to trial. And then the argumentatives, if he's getting representation. There's so many
Is he
things.
still in the area where it happened?
No.
Well, that's a red flag.
There's so many things that you have to do. It's crazy.
So if he happens to get picked up again somewhere, though, or makes contact
Yeah, I
with
think what
police,
they're saying is I think Mallory's stance, and I get where Mallory's coming from, because when I see it, I'm like, oh, okay, it's just it's on a court docket.
Yeah.
It's just showing that it's filed. That's it. However, Mallory said that Mallory said Mallory's biggest thing yesterday was, everyone else shows it, so why can't we find the warrant that everybody's talking about? You can't access that, nor can you now access the probable cause statement.
Has anybody asked ChatGPT why?
No.
They should maybe start there, would be my first place to go. It might be able to solve that big conundrum question.
Fucking RT in your ChatGPT.
I'm telling you what, it can solve a lot of these fights by putting logic into the situation and some factual, like, citable information. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it will also promote constructive thought and, critical thinking skills without rumors and conspiracies.
Yes, because you know how, like, when something like this occurs, like, also it people on the internet goes wild, with different things. However, there is even on the probable cause statement. Sorry, my dogs are pissed.
It's all right.
Nala Grace, come here, sweetheart. There's nobody out there that's gonna get your ass.
But if it hasn't been to a grand jury yet, you ain't gonna see shit. You're not gonna see nothing. There was nothing to see on train. I couldn't even find her arrest other than Vine Link.
She's pissed because there's a guy out here and she don't know who the fuck he is.
She protected, yep. No men.
Oh yeah, no. These dogs will absolutely.
One thing I learned from coming out here, trying to tell this fucking train story of her getting, arrested for allegedly stealing all the, the ID and all the Dawn shit. And then Dawn wanted me to keep coming out here and updating people. And there was no updates. It's court. It takes forever. TikTok wants it to happen now in order to keep their narrative going. They're not willing to let the judicial system take its, like, they have to keep digging. They have to know everything. It's this weird obsession. And it becomes a speaking point. Him not saying anything now is a nice red flag, too, because he sure had a lot to say afterwards to protest his innocence. I remember being there.
Right, like you got to, like, and another stance of it is the deputy that's over the case. The case is also with the prosecutor's office.
That is a grand jury hold for indictment. If it's with the prosecutor's office, that was the same thing with Train's case. They had the case, and they had to present it to the grand jury to come back with an indictment before they did anything.
Mm-hmm.
If the prosecutor's office is holding the case, he is awaiting a grand jury indictment. That is what is going on. If that case is being held by that prosecutor and it's a fucking felony, they're waiting for it to hit the grand jury docket.
And you have to look it up. You can you could do like simple Google searches about felony ones.
Yep. It's waiting grand jury. It's exactly what's going on.
Because they already identified, right? Like, they already made the identification.
Train's shit never even made it. She got arrested in February. Dawn went and signed dropping it in September, and they still had not been to the docket yet. You all could be waiting. Don't hold your breath. You're going to need a lot of oxygen tanks, y'all. And tons of popcorn. You're going to miss a few
because they couldn't, you wait. They couldn't make they couldn't make contact with him.
Yeah, and this was with
because they said
hide in her house. You know what I mean? Like, if you can't make contact, it's going to drag this shit out longer. You all are nuts.
Yeah, it's you can't. So basically, what the statement said is that they could not make contact because the address on file was incorrect and the phone number was not warranted. that his phone number was not valid, so they couldn't make any type of contact for that case. So, however, with this situation,
they might not even need the human to make contact with. They have a positive identification on camera.
right? That
Probable
doesn't mean that
cause
there's
to
not a
arrest.
warrant.
Yes, it's going to the grand jury. He's fucked. He's running. It's only a matter of time. That's what's happened. He's hiding. He's keeping quiet now because he's not trying to add to any more future problems when he is finally caught up with. But you should maybe call the courts and ask how long it takes the grand jury to get on the docket, because that's where your next step should be. He's going to prison.
Yeah, the grand jury, because the indictment, that does not mean that there's not a warrant or a probable cause for an arrest.
Mm-hmm.
In those cases, it varies. You know what I mean?
So they've probably identified through fingerprints and video cameras, so they know who it is. They just can't get that identity through making physical contact. So they're going another route.
What they said,
obtain
I know
they have to go another route to obtain the warrant.
Right. And see what they did,
and that's grand jury.
What they did was, in the statement, they stated they made positive identification from the car's tags.
And that's okay. So what they're doing is they're giving cause and reasoning to the grand jury as to why, or any judge, if whoever is doing or however they're handling this case, to give them a warrant. And again, it has to get on a docket somewhere. And due to the length of time that this has happened, I am assuming it's grand jury, because you could just go to a judge to get a fucking warrant at this point. So due to the length of time and the lack of not having done that yet, I'm going to make the conclusion that it's more than likely a grand jury that they're waiting on.
Right, and that occurs. They do wait for those things.
They take for fucking ever. Oh my God.
Yeah, so it's not something that's happening quickly, but
it's in motion. It's not happening quickly enough for TikTok. Let's say that.
I know Mallory said that she called and she was awaiting on a call back from the officer to verify if there's a warrant.
But why is my question? How? Why?
What they said was, because Scammy Claus is, she did say that she had spoken to the officer, and the officer stated there is an active warrant.
Okay, but why does somebody else need to be called to verify what Scammy said? Why are we wasting resources of the public taking time to answer calls about TikTok questions? Why are we doing that? How many more people are going to call because they don't believe Mallory? When is that going to stop?
Right.
If it's not in the public eye, then you can fucking sit and wait. Remember when we used to have to wait a whole nother year for a television series to start? The whole new series? A whole year.
Girl, I'm waiting on the series about Lizzie Borden to come out.
But we used to have to wait. We couldn't binge on Netflix. You know what I mean?
And to RT, they're calling Scammy Claus a scammer because she raised a GoFundMe for a tip. If the tip's let off, so does the store have a reward, and so does the police department.
Well, then that puts a whole different spin on it. But still, we don't need everybody calling to verify. This is so weird. What is anybody going to do about it? You know what I mean? What are you going to do? Sit in a box and talk about it all night? I don't God, at what point in time does it stop? I had somebody reach out to me tonight that is very controversial on this app. I've heard it might even come out of his mouth too.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea who this person is. I've caught, wind of things here and there over the time I've been here. And I have, and I am the same person I am with the rest of you. I don't take somebody's narratives. I don't know a fucking thing about what happened. I wasn't there. You know what I mean? This app is wild, and like 1% of the shit that I hear is true. And all I can do is give the same advice that I would give to anybody. And I just hate that I see this app affect people over and over again the same way.
Absolutely.
Like, I just
It
wonder
gets
what
to the point where we're at the point on this app, if you don't agree with something and people start
scroll.
doing the most. Yes. Doing the most. What happened to agreeing to not agree?
I just fucking scroll anymore. Do you know where I like to hang out and laugh because it's so crazy and wild and I can't believe people come out here and do that? There's like these like Methodists that like to come out here and dance. And I don't know what kind of structure they live in. It's really interesting. They have tons of hats and they put on a costume party and they're a mess. But at least they're entertaining and I can laugh. Like that's the kind of shit show I wind up in these days.
Okay, God, so Liberty and Juliana, why should people email scammy tips for tip information? That's my question. Well, so basically there is a tip line to the sheriff's department you can call if you don't want to email Scammy, but Scammy is in contact with the investigator directly.
You can do either or. Why do you
Yeah, that was an option. Like, that's what she set up. I don't know.
It's just, no, these people. So I had somebody come into my chat tonight, Dora, because after I busted out that Diana account for talking in all caps and her whole family harassing my inbox and chasing me all over the app, somebody else showed up, probably another relative who knows how to type in not caps. But they dropped into my chat, and what flashed back to my mind was the message that was put up on Hot Blooded's screen, referencing this aunt that passed away and blah, blah, blah. None of us ever heard about none of it, right? So somebody comes into my chat tonight and drops in there, my twins survived, but the rest did not. Call me later. And I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, when you see stuff like that, immediately stop it, because what they do is they look for that and then they show proof of you ignoring them in the chat and then go run off with a narrative. When you get out of place stuff like that, call it out immediately, because it is running rampant right now. It's like a whole spread thing.
Yes.
These narratives are so thick right now. These people, like, do me a favor. If you time travel, don't go back to the 80s. You will not survive. It is rabid and feral there. It's a wasteland. Me
and RT has seen all kinds of shit from the other side of TikTok. Let me tell you, it's about the same level of this side.
Well, I just shook the whole fucking app on that side, and somebody's really mad. Really, really mad. So mad she got quiet and left me alone. That's never good. Something hit a nerve. I hit a, that was the not so funny bone.
Yes, and reminder, this is a discussion. People are welcome up on the panel to give their...
And that's what needs to happen, is discussion. People
yes, because I'm open
things
to
so
discussion.
Personal. It's like when you go vote. Like, why are you wearing it like a symbol of virtue? It's a vote. They don't care about you. They care about that vote.
And people should be able to talk and not be attacked because they feel a certain way.
And some people don't have enough information to form an opinion, but yet they're being forced to do so, and they want info.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants to be heard, but that doesn't mean everybody has to agree with you either. But people are allowed to discuss something if it's all public and in their face. They don't just need to be harassed. This very much sounds like the case is sitting with and waiting for a grand jury indictment. As long as this has been, if this is the same thing that we've talked about, if this was just waiting to get like identification and you're trying to persuade a judge, well, that wouldn't take much to get it. You know what I mean? The prosecutor could take it in there and, do all that. But this sounds like a grand jury.
Absolutely.
This is exactly how Train's case went. Oh my God, Dawn was
For
dancing in
sure.
her house shoes wanting updates. And I'm like, you can't force it along. She bothered that poor prosecutor so much. And then she comes back and tells me that Train has a public fucking defender. The bitch paid fucking for a damn lawyer. And she tells me that's what's on file with the prosecutor's office. Well, it wasn't my case, so I couldn't just call and verify it myself. And Dawn
Right.
fucking knew that. So, never again will I do that. Which is why I'm up here going, hey Dora, because I was just laying here going to sleep, listening. I told Lala, I'm like, I'm just gonna lay here and listen to Dora. And then I'm sitting here thinking, well, this sounds like what happened with Train. You know what I mean? Like, this sounds exactly like Train's situation was.
Lala cracks me up.
She's such a sweetheart. She's one of my
Yes.
favorite people.
I absolutely adore Lala.
Even
I've
my
been around
cat
Lala
loves her.
a long time. She's something else. People are afraid, and you can't, it's just to the extent of why, because somebody has an opposing opinion or somebody doesn't agree. Why are we reverting to the point of talking about their kids, calling their family members? Why?
And that's what's not cool. And I do know he's done a lot of that. I did happen to catch the live on one of the Tuba I think it was taken down because there was so many phone numbers doxed in it, of Vikings. Like, we have already did that to Viking, right? Viking came from our dark side, Nicole, like all of us. You are not doing anything new picking on Viking. He's ours. Thank you. You can't have him. And to do that when we've already addressed it is a bit much. And I have a feeling Grow might be feeding that because she loves to do things like that. Because he has a lot of information to just be. And then when he gets on the phone, he was like stammering to his grandmother. It was weird. Why are we doing that to people who don't agree with your behavior? It's intimidating, it's harassment, it's threats. It's not okay. And people wouldn't be digging into it if he wasn't acting like that to others on the internet. Let's just be real. Nobody would care about some random dude's theft story if he wasn't up in a box making threats and running his mouth for 18 hours a day on the internet. Nobody would care. It's just another theft. You know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
but this whole thing has been around the person that he presents himself to be. And I think that's the app's obsession with it, maybe. I think.
Yeah.
Because I've just caught bits and pieces skating around here and there. I can
Hi,
only
Nelly.
take listening to him so much. But I know if I were Mal, I would not hands down try to defend any of that because ChatGPT is our friend.
I have a question. I think I understand the grand jury, but don't they have to find enough evidence and proof, and
Well,
then the county or city or state
no,
or
They will present it to the grand jury. If he's evading communication with the police, the prosecutor will take the evidence that was brought to him with him to the grand jury to present it.
Right. And they can decide, hey, we're not going to indict.
Or they will indict.
Or they will indict. Right.
Mm-hmm. And that could take months. And with Train, it was 7 fucking months, and we hadn't even heard anything. Dawn dropped the charges.
That I'm not sure.
Well, the grand jury that would be handling the case in the area, Florida man's broken ribs. Where did he get in trouble? What court system would it be in? Like, you guys had screenshots. That court system. What the fuck? What kind of question is that? Like, bring something relevant. The trolls have to do better. Like, go to Chat GPT and ask it how to be snarkier and not vile and do better. You're gonna troll properly. Yes, I did see that. I did see the videos. I did. Because he was pissing me off, and I dropped out of the box when he was starting to threaten to dox people. And I'm like, yeah, I don't agree with all that. And I was out. Made it very public, too. I was not cool with that. For a reason. Because I'm not cool with it.
Because he's not innocent.
I don't feel he is. I mean, looking at it, I don't know the rest of the circumstances surrounding it. I've heard alleged, supposed things, but this is TikTok. And I take it with a grain of salt, and I don't believe a fucking thing you say.
Well, and it's really not, I mean, the shit that we talk about on TikTok is just that shit we talk about. You know, I mean,
that's what it's supposed to be meant for.
Trying to prove under the law, that's really not, you know,
See, didn't he
in law? You know what I mean? The police are on it likely because, you know, there are charges, but, you know.
Did he try to, like, place blame on the owner for lying or something? Wasn't there something along those lines too?
You know, I don't
know about that. I haven't.
I remember very early on, after it broke out and he got out of the hospital and he started to speak on it. It was really early on. I thought that there was some story. I don't remember the people's names, but there was I don't know if it was Scammy's live or somebody was holding a live, or he was. And there was a whole, like, conversation going on about the owner and things that were done. And it was this whole conspiracy type story, you know, like one of those. But it was such a while back, and so much drama has happened, people forget about it. But that's the last that I remember, because that's the last bit of the story I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't leave the area that I was in. And you do? I'm going to have to go back to my recordings from that time. That was around July, wasn't it? It was in July, I think. June, July.
Maybe.
My brain catalogs things by, like, the seasons and shit that happens. And I remember HJ and some other stuff that happened around the same time that I'm dealing with. So I'm just kind of fresh back in that material right now. Yeah, so there was a scandal that he tried to paint against that owner, because I think Scammy might have reached out to the owner, didn't she? Was that what it was?
Now, I don't know about that. No, I don't know anything about that.
Somebody had reached out, I think, to the owner after it was all found out what had happened, and I thought I was in Scammy's live watching her first, covering this at first.
I would never... I don't think that's
bougie. Scam slam. Okay. I'm just trying to pull back from the recesses.
And Breezy B said she has talking with them, I'm assuming.
Okay. That's what I thought. And I think after the conversations and the reach out, Just after that is when he came out here preaching all fucking night about this huge like conspiracy and the whole story. It was wild. It didn't make sense, and it sounded like a smear campaign. That's kind of what I got from it. But had no problem, and it was around that time because I watched that video on YouTube of him doing that, and I was so pissed because we have already drug Viking through the mud. We have May has gotten Viking thrown out of hotel rooms for jumping in and out windows. Like, we have done it all to Viking. It doesn't need to be done again. It's already been covered.
Man,
Just
I
because
haven't
you
seen.
found out about it doesn't make you special. It was weird. But yeah, it was around that time. I'm going to have to go back in my recordings and see what I got. See if I got any of it. Because there was some time I quit recording for a while. Did he pull himself off rewatch? Does anybody know?
Oh, I don't.
He's on rewatch. We might be able to pull it.
OG Breezy B. Hi, Caroline. How are you? Yeah. Yeah, she, I don't think.
I wish Monster wouldn't hang out over there. It's like I scroll past and I'm like, ah! Get out of that box! Monster! No!
I'm good, honey. How are you?
That's not any better. Like, that's the first thought that crosses my mind. He belongs with the group you left. No! Bad! Oh.
Yeah, Jen is actively like just God. It's crazy because anybody that's ever asked is for Jen to leave them alone. And people set healthy boundaries for Jen, and she just goes fucking wild on the whole back end shit, and she's just trying to fucking stir up a whole lot of shit.
Some people just need to take
But
a step
Mel,
back.
I was not about to let her say that you stole that baby. Like, we're not doing that.
I was just like talking tonight. Like, if this app, the way you act on it, because this is a character that we play on the internet, you know. And I was watching the Hot Blooded stuff, and she's like, "You should be the same person you are on this app off." No, you shouldn't. You are a fucking character. You are not going to give people access to the real version of you.
Right.
You should not do that. And if the character you play on the internet starts to like affect your real life, you should stop and put it down. That's responsibility on you. You have to be an adult. Nobody is going to conform to you. Nobody. It's not your world. And I see so many people's real life just completely impacted by this app.
Yeah, and it's a fucking app.
It is. It's an addiction, and that's the way it needs to be treated. Like, you need to go to addiction therapy for social media and electronic, you know, like, it's an addiction. You need to treat it as such. You're getting your fix. It's worse than a cigarette.
It's crazy to me.
Like, think of how many people, and like, your kids are like being neglected, and they're watching this. They're also learning to do the same thing. So they're not going to be any better when they're an adult and have kids of their own. Like, this is a whole generation. This is literally how the whole movie Idiocracy, this is how it plays out. You got the smartest fucking tool at your fingertips, and you don't even use it properly and do any bit of research. We had to go to the Encyclopedia Britannica. There was no internet.
Oh, absolutely, Mel. She wasn't going to lie like that. Like, that's just crazy. It's craziness.
Like, I hear the amount of money that people have thrown others on this app, and I'm like, are you 70 grand? Are you out of your fucking mind? That's not a flex. Your gifter tag is not a flex. Say it with me, class. My gifter tag is not a flex. It's not. If you really want to flex, shut it off and make these people get to know you and earn your money.
Yeah, your gifter tag. Like, I just go and I give people randomly. I don't have to have that gifter tag. You know what I mean? Shit doesn't mean shit
Half
to
the
me.
time I forget to turn mine back on because I'll turn it off until I get to know somebody, especially if they're new to me. And I want to see how they act. You know, are you genuine? Are you loyal and genuine?
I'll be over there for yours and Train's fucking shenanigans.
We're always on some shit. Most of us just enjoy laughing and having a good time. These people, and that's what the tone on the app, you'll notice when people are calm and getting along, the app doesn't like it. And that's when the underground shit starts happening. We got to start more drama. Everybody's getting along. They've figured it out because they're adults. Let's go start some more shit. And that's what they do. And you guys take the bait, and the chat runs with it. And then the fucking creator's mad one day and they see something in the chat, and here we go. Off and running. Because it makes this app money.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Do you know who I heard is running around with her own agency now?
Who?
Jules.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And she's been persistently bothering people in their inboxes who they haven't heard from her in months. And I mean months.
I was watching, y'all listen, I was watching fucking RT the other morning, and she literally was on this whole fucking rabbit hole.
Dude, it got deeper tonight. Oh my
At
God.
4 o'clock in the morning, and it was wild. I'm just sitting here laughing because we, from the side that we actually came from. Oh.
It's not even not. It makes sense. And then I got more information today that fits right into that picture, and I'm like, oh my God. Oh, because I didn't know Sassy used to be a T-Page.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and that fits into another theory that somebody else has.
Lord.
And I'm like, quit validating other people's stuff, because like that's somebody who brought something to me was along that like side of things, was on the T-Page side, and I'm like, oh my God, like just everybody stop. My brain. Thank God for ChatGPT, because RT's brain can only process so much.
I fucking can't with you and ChatGPT. I crack up every time because you're like,
It's
let
like
me ask
my sidekick,
ChatGPT.
man. When my brain's overloaded, I just offload the work onto that motherfucker. Because there's a lot of information getting processed right now. Like, this motherfucker gets paid for its energy. I don't. I take rock stars and cheeseburgers. God damn. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is that they generate, like, everybody has for the FM thing, for example, back in July. I remember him saying that because it's the last contact I really had with the situation. After HJ was done, I was out. Because I wanted to fuck away from Hallie. And
God, Hallie's still running wild.
Yeah, I know. I threw her out of my live last night and told her that I wouldn't doubt if she wasn't with that group of trolls because of how she behaves. Which would make total sense to me as to why she never takes any of her own advice and does what she says. And she's ran with them fucking people, and they hate her. She's actually got a lot. They hate her because she used to sit with them.
Oh.
Yeah, she ruined her name over there, and they ran her off, and that's how she ended up with MSWB.
Jesus Christ.
So she's had like relations with them in the past. That's where she was at when I came onto the app. Was over there. But like this is like that's all I remember from him. But with all the drama that happens, we forget. And that's what it's meant to do, is overwhelm you so you don't remember the important details. You're just on to the next drama fix, right?
Right.
And that's like when you slow down and do something like I do, and I'm starting to go back through everything and slow it down, they fucking lose it. They get so mad, and RT's manic, and RT's crazy, and her hair is wild. Anything but addressing all the very valid questions and points I'm making. And that's always red flags. And you do it too. It happens to you. When you start hitting on topics of shit that's really like accurate, look at the smear campaigns that happen.
This is true.
I've watched it. I've sat in chats where people have just ran you into the ground, but I come over and listen to Dora and she's speaking truth. And I'm like, nah, I know what's going on here. Do I always agree? No. Is Dora open to conversation? Yes.
There's times that you and I haven't agreed on shit.
Exactly.
But we're not running a hate campaign.
No, it's open dialogue. People have questions. Some people don't understand. They miss 75 chapters because they have kids and diapers to change, you know?
Absolutely.
But
Mayhem says, how's your pirate ship?
Girl, I'm keeping my fingers out of it, but the fucker's about swollen shut at this point.
RT's always on the ship somewhere.
No, my eye. I have like psoriatic arthritis, so I have chronic dry eyes. And I ripped it's almost like a welder's flash. Ugh. So it's really aggravating, and I had my fingers in it, and I just was driving myself nuts, so I put a bandage over it last night while I was on live because I couldn't stop. It was getting so bad, it was just pouring water out of my eye. And then I go, okay, so RT has a pull-up gig, okay? This is my small business idea, since we all know I love to pull up with my ring lights and shit. But I'm going to pull up with those inflatable costumes like the T-Rex. So I'm going to be dressed in like the inflatable T-Rex. I'm going to pull up with my ring light. It'll be like entertaining as fuck.
I fucking can't.
And I'm going to go to Sassy's house, and I'm going to wear a blue dog one, and I'm going to put a collar on it that says Snoo. It's Snooze Clues. She'll know it's me. Won't be a surprise. Mm-hmm. That's what I got.
I fucking can't with her.
It's going to be really hard to punch RT when she's sitting there mocking you with a T-Rex. Like you're going to have a hard time standing up because you're going to be laughing so fucking hard.
I can't. Yeah. You know, I see people do that. It's fucking hilarious. Like
it is. You won't be able to keep a straight face. And I'm and I'm going to have my ring light and I'll be on live. Good luck. That's going to be my content.
RT is hilarious. I go in there and I'll be fucking listening and she's down a fucking rabbit hole and we're all just like, what?
Everybody stays for the story.
And then when RD
they're like, I don't know any of these people, but I'm invested. I had a lot of that last night.
And then when RT's fucking finished with the story, she's like, holy shit, there's more. They're connecting to this person.
But wait, there's more.
And we're like, RT, are you okay?
No, because this shit has been fostering and festering. Ask May. I have been picking at this. She could tell you for 2 years. Picking and picking and picking and picking. Yeah.
Right, May. We were in her live the other morning.
Yes, May is probably correct. She is, because even Nicole doesn't even know half the shit that I'm babbling about. May is probably the only one that can keep up. There is somebody out there that knows what the fuck I'm talking about. I
She cracks
promise.
me up because she'll be like, "Oh shit, they're connected to this person. This
And
is
she
why
probably
this is
sounds
happening."
just as crazy as me. And that's the goddamn truth. Oh, it
I'll be
fucking
fucking
is.
laughing because the side we were on the other day, we were cracking up because RT's like, "Well, they're fighting here again," and well, they've made up. Well, no, never mind. It's back at it again.
Yep. I can't keep up. I need a fucking score sheet. I'll just make a creator's score sheet. We'll just go through with Chat GPT and label everybody. And we'll mark in our columns where they're at each day like a Yahtzee sheet.
Stop it. I can't even deal with you.
We'll start taking side bets. We'll have a whole different Discord. Running bets.
I
Fucking
fucking
idiots.
can't.
Sorry, I'm trying to read these comments, guys, with one eye. Without bifocals.
It's fucking hilarious.
The judge told you that you needed to see if that's exactly what mine would show. I have a high IQ and I'm extremely intelligent. That doesn't make it a mental illness. You just drive me crazy with your dumb ass. Like, you shouldn't be a judge if you don't have these type of critical thinking skills.
Absolutely.
Now, trust me, my babbling delivery sometimes like overwhelms people, which is why it's nice to walk through it with a whiteboard and Chat GPT, because it can explain it better than I can sometimes. The words form better when they're not flowing freely from my mouth and thoughts. They fucking connect. And Chat GPT's like, yeah, I got it from here, bitch. Got you.
I cut my toenails.
Did you do your Halloween?
Orange purple.
Hi, Joyce.
I got my finger in my eye again. I need to get it out of there. Oh.
Where the hell are these people coming from?
Where's your phone?
Right? It's fucking crazy. Let me tell you, I can't even deal with
I can
this shit.
tell you where they're coming from.
Hold on. Give me 1 minute.
Oh.
Who? Hold on, life's journey. Who said that in the comments earlier?
What was said?
Oh,
I can barely see the.
I just got
I
a
can
message.
barely see 'em.
Apparently, FM made a threat towards me yesterday.
Oh, what did he say? I don't. If you're threatening women on the internet, sir, number one, you don't even need to call you sir, because you're not a fucking man.
Yeah, Joyce. Well, that would
He
be
belongs over there with like the trash that
little.
we've swept into the corner. I've never liked that man. Like, he'll make a valid point and then lose me with the vile behavior.
I'm not sure, Joyce. Somebody in the comments said it.
They didn't specify what the threat was, though. You know what? You could
Says
do
that he made a threat if I got involved in this.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion, dude. I don't think you're in a position to be making threats.
He put your legal name in the chat last night and told the chat to dox me. Huh.
My legal name used to be on my profile, the first one. Everybody knows me. I don't fucking care. What are you going to do? Pull up to Alaska? In the winter? Okay, bring a coat. I ain't letting you in, motherfucker. Good luck. Bring your ice cleats. Shut the fuck up.
Who said that? Sherry said the only thing I heard him say was a simple
Right,
conversation.
May? Like, these people do not know how to, like, do you know who's been watching him lately? Is like Nicole. She's noticed that Monster's been over there and she don't like it. I'm like, you need to take Monster under your wing and get her the hell out of there. And when Nicole don't like the vibe, but we all know that this is not a good man because she used to sit with Mac at one time, you know? Like, he's giving that kind of vibe off. So if he's giving Mackie vibes and icky vibes off, we don't want him.
Oh God, the whole Mac thing, man. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, like him picking on, he's the one who he's the one who called Vikings grandma. I caught that on one of the fucking TikTok YouTubes, but they took it down because there was a million phone numbers in it.
Let me tell you, my grandpa, you think I'm fucking crazy? My wife herself will tell you my grandfather is batshit rat
Well,
shit.
his grandma wasn't having none of it. Why? Why wasn't she having any of it, May? Do you want to tell the class? I'll let May tell the class. Because we have been around doing a lot of this stuff. We've already bothered the woman.
Yeah, my wife will tell you, listen,
my got him kicked out of a hotel.
He gives no fucks. None. Not
yeah, I would rather deal with
fuck.
Mac any day too. Right?
He's one of those old time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Dude, I would take Mac over Florida Man too. Yeah, like that's a fair trade. That's a fair trade. If we could like consult the devil down in hell and ask if we could swap, that would be great. We'll put Florida Man in jail and get Mac out.
Literally, my wife here, she was in bed one night and I was on the phone with my grandmother and I told her, I said, hey, I gotta go because I see there was like at the time we didn't know that they were working in the field on a tractor that had broken down and there was flashlights. Well, it looked like the guy was walking up to the house and I said, Grandma, I gotta go. I'll be right back. There's somebody walking up with a flashlight. I said, I'll call you right back. So I disabled the alarm on the house and because my alarms, if you touch my door or my windows, it calls the police and they're here in 5 seconds.
Oh, damn.
So it sounds off so fucking loud that it will wake the neighborhood up.
Jesus.
And so I had to disable it before I opened the door. And when I opened the door, I literally walked outside to look at what's going on. And about that time, my grandfather pulls up. My grandfather pulls up with pew-pews of fucking blazing. He was ready. I'm like, why the fuck are you here? Why the fuck are you here? Like, I didn't need you. I just told Grandma I'd call her back in a minute.
Nicole's in the chat. She said she's pissed.
Hi, Nicole.
The Florida Man, Nicole. It's Florida Man. We're talking about Florida Man.
I didn't know you changed your name, baby.
That's I'm down there trying to read it.
I've always known her as Nicole. Like Nicole.
Nicole's. Open up the
tag. She's got Karma Crash Out, and I didn't know her
because
by
she's
that.
with that's a Colby's group over there. That's what they are, is the Crash Outs. But if you look at her it's her sweet innocent Nicole. Yes, we're talking about him. It's those charges that he picked up back during the summer with the robbery. And I have a feeling from the way it sounds, it's similar to this, like with Train's situation, that they went to the grand jury for an indictment and it's sitting there waiting to be seen with the evidence because he won't like make contact with the cops. So it sounds like it went to the grand jury. Is it theft? Dora, you know more about that part than I do with his charges.
It was felony 1, breaking, entering, something else.
The warrant disappeared and any information from the website. There was some detail there with like a 0 bond, but they couldn't make contact with him. But according to the prosecutor's office, or the detective investigators, whatever, there's an active warrant, and the case is with the prosecutors. So
and people on the biggest thing Mallory was questioning yesterday is because it didn't show on the website there is a warrant that there was not a warrant.
And that's not true. It could be sitting with the grand jury waiting indictment.
He's
To get
working
that
with
warrant.
them, Joyce? How is he working with them?
There's probably an arrangement to turn himself in. That's probably what it is.
Huh?
He's not worked or shown up. Yeah, see, we've heard this story before, guys, haven't we? Secret indictment. Well, that's what usually happens. It's
He's
usually
been in
quiet.
contact with them and there's no warrant.
Is he getting a crack?
They're working with him. Yes, I'm sure they are. They're working with him to turn himself in because they couldn't make contact with him. There could be that. Oh my
No.
The lies.
I don't think he's contacted them. Wait a second. I'm confused. How do you work with somebody? I'm so fucking confused right now. I'm like,
So, Dora, I'm not
yes.
here to get attacked by your chat. I'm just going by what I was told. So, everybody, fuck off.
No, I'm just asking, honey, what. So, did he tell you he called them?
That's what I'm saying. Like this. What?
Well, hello, good morning. Good morning,
Hi,
everyone.
Nicole.
I know the fuck, Nicole. You went on your bullshit this morning.
It's me on the problem. Listen, all I was gonna say is, I feel Joyce's pain because, like, if I say something, a lot of people like to attack and have, their opinions because of the hate for that person. However, you can't believe everything you hear. That's all. Like, you got to
Exactly.
be able to see solid proof. And
Listen, coworker. I'm gonna make a sound, and I need you to make a sound that goes with it.
Oh my
because
God. And
Joyce
here
has
goes
told us
May
to
May
all
on her
fuck off.
bullshit.
Are you ready?
Hey, good morning. Good morning to everybody. Dora, it's nice to have see you live. But I really don't know much about Florida Man. I just know I don't agree with that shit that he did to Smashley at all. And I can't stand by that type of shit.
There was definitely video evidence shared. There was definitely a lot of things to peruse.
Yeah.
Things that don't add up. You know what I mean? Like there was a lot. But it's like with Train's case. There was nothing on the docket yet because it hadn't been indicted by the grand jury, so there was nothing to look at. So
Right.
it kind of looks like the same situation. So people are going to have to learn to patiently wait.
Yeah, and just Joyce, all I'm saying, love, is I feel you because sometimes people are just, oh, well, how do you know? Why would you say
Yeah.
that? Like you're not defending him or anything, but you can't go off anything that you hear. You have to see actual
Exactly.
solid proof. It doesn't matter who you hear it from either, because a lot of these times, a lot of people that you can trust in information, or you think you can, they don't always have it right. Not on purpose, but sometimes they just don't have it always
Do
right.
your research.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah, and
Dean
you
was a
can't go by what
reincarnation.
he says. He lies
He had felony
he lies
charges,
all the
yes.
time.
Yeah, and you can just easily just be like, "This is what I heard," or "This is what I was told." That way, it doesn't come off as fact.
People will
I
still
know Joyce
cherry
means
pick.
well because Joyce is like saying for her.
Yeah, I'm sure she's trying to do devil's advocate.
He just worded it
That's what
differently,
he
that's
said.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just
And I'm
worded
sure he said to people, "I called them," but that if he would have if he were to call them, he would do it on live. He always does that kind of stuff on live. And
Yeah.
I believe the store owner over him because he does nothing but lie.
Right.
And
Well,
so
he
the
tried
store
a
owner
smear
said
campaign
he
on
has
that
not
store
handled
guy.
it. He has not turned himself in. He is still wanted. They are still looking for him. And the store owner themselves are trying to put together a reward for his for information leading to his arrest. So no, if that were the case, he wouldn't have fled the state. So no, I mean I'm sorry, but no. This is a man who said himself when he talks about people, he said this on live. I say something I believe, and then I go and try to prove it. And that's all he does. He makes
So
up
it's
stuff,
the
and then he'll go and try to prove it. So
Yeah,
he's
you
not
right. So
can't
it's
just look up
honest.
warrants. A lot of the times when you call about someone else's warrant or even your own, a lot of the times they're not going to tell you, and it's not. You can't just look up. Sometimes
No.
some states are differently, but sometimes you cannot find out unless you're like the person that helped get that warrant for your
And
arrest.
I will say, if there had been any movement, like he had contacted someone, he had turned himself in, anything like that, it would have been on the docket
Yeah,
as an
definitely.
action on that case. And there was nothing. All there was the criminal complaint, and that he was the one for it. And so once they,
Correct.
once there's something done, whether it's in court or whatever, there'll be more updates on that docket. But there's nothing. So there's been
That's what
no
I was trying to
activity on
say.
that
Like on the
whatsoever.
docket,
The
sometimes
fact
they're
that
not
there's
going
a
to show.
docket should tell you enough right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
fact
And
that
I
a
know
docket
somebody.
exists.
Did I hear somebody say last night that they were dismissing it? That is not true. If that's the case.
There is no
No,
paperwork filed on that. If
that is
that's,
not true
it would show
whatsoever.
it.
That like I said, the store owner is they're very upset about it. I mean, they lost their business over this. They closed their shop. They no longer have that shop because of this. So it means a whole lot to this. Destroyed their livelihood. It was, a lot of the merchandise that was in there wasn't theirs. It was on consignment.
Exactly, Megan.
So they owe that money. That store owner is on the hook for all of that money. Now, yeah, legally it's the person who stole it, but until then, they're the ones answering to
Effective,
all
yeah.
these consigners, and that destroys a business.
So they
A
lost their
business name and
business
everything.
to due to what are the accusations? I don't
Yeah,
really keep up
their
on all that.
business, they still do every now and then they'll do shows and stuff with the little bit they have left, and I'm sure I think they've started taking consignments and stuff again, and they probably had some stuff that they didn't have in the store itself,
She
but
doesn't know what happened. Can you tell her, like,
yeah.
the background?
So let me see. I think I've got. Well, I'll have to find the pictures on my phone, but there's surveillance video, and you can clearly see him walking into the store. And they said he broke the glass on the door, went in, and took about up to $100,000 worth of merchandise. It was like Pokemon cards and all that kind of stuff. And you see his van out there, and they were able to get the license plate to confirm it was him. And then he fled, and the store owner posted on Facebook the surveillance video and everything, saying, if you've seen this man. And of course, people from TikTok recognized him, gave him the name. So they checked with police. Police ran the tag, found out it was him. And so now they have that active. They're looking for him and wanting him in connection with that. The store owner that was like $100,000 worth of stuff. So, I mean, that was most of their store. And people were at first saying, oh, well, they don't even have an accounting of what was took. And that, well, when you're a small business owner, you don't have meticulous records. So,
Yeah.
and it was all little cards, and little Pokemon
And
cards and
some of it
stuff.
was
So
on
it's going to take
consignment. Like, they
forever.
owe people
Yeah.
for that.
Like,
Yeah,
how could you
absolutely.
how could you lay your head down at night knowing you just closed someone's business down and their way of living? Like
Yeah,
that's disgusting,
absolutely.
to be honest with you. That
So yeah, as of now, they're still doing like trade shows here and there, but their physical store is no longer open because they couldn't keep it open. So they're doing a lot of trade shows and stuff on a little bit online here and there. They're trying to rebuild it, but it's hard, you know.
How long ago was this?
This summer, I think June, July-ish. It was right around
Yeah,
the new junkie stuff.
Yeah, and if they have surveillance, there's no working with anybody either. You're going to either turn yourself in or just have your warrant until they catch you up.
yeah.
Just so
And they didn't have
everybody
any
knows.
they had cameras on the inside and the back door where he went out, but they were unhooked. So he unhooked the cameras when he did something with the cameras when he went in. So they don't have the footage of him exiting the back, but they do have the footage of him breaking the window and going in the front.
Yeah, that would be plenty enough.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
And this isn't the first time. I mean, he's had a very long criminal history. There's been people that know him about 10 years ago that have said he's always been a con man.
He reminds me of the con man that I've chased on Facebook who does this shit to veterans and scams them.
Not fucking
Yeah.
RT on Facebook. Chasing.
Where all this shit started. That's where my skills started.
And what's crazy is like every person who's met this guy in person has said he's a crappy person and doesn't like him. Every person. The only people that support him and like him are people online who have not met him in person and don't really know him. Every person that has, whether they've been on this app or are people in his real life, do not like him. He scammed an old man years ago. He helped him. The old man gave him a lot of money to open a business. I think it was called CSI, something with computers. And he scammed that man and took, I think it was about $20,000. I could be wrong on the amount, but it was a lot of money. And the guy pressed charges, but the man unfortunately passed away before it went to court. I know that Retina posted where he was evicted years ago, and the landlord actually wrote
Sorry,
a letter
Kelly.
to the court saying that he felt threatened, that they were destroying his house. He was renting a room from the guy. He said that the room was filthy, that he was harassed, he was scared of him, and he asked for a restraining order. And then also the guy that did, everybody laughed about the claw machine thing and everything. Well, the guy that did the claw machine with him, he told that guy that he had bought it and needed help to go pick it up. And so the guy went with him to pick it up, and they were stealing it basically. So he's been a con man all of his life, all of his adult life.
Yeah. Well, that's sad, and I don't really like the people that are standing so hard by him knowing this stuff either, to be honest
Yeah, I'm
with
having
you.
a hard time with that myself. It's pretty disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hate bond. I really think it's a hate bond, because people just are so angry and they have so much resentment and hate towards certain people. And because it's the same people that he's going after, and some of them may be afraid, that he'll go after them. Look what happened to Dora and T. As soon as they stepped away from him, he started going after them. Smashley, as soon as she stepped away from him and said it was too much, he started going after her. So, I think some of them maybe they know he keeps messages. They know he keeps everything, screenshots. So, if they were to step away from him and stop defending him, all that's going to come out and he's going to turn on them. Now, there's the few that I think that are really hardcore, will stay by him no matter what. But I think there's a lot of them that just are afraid to turn against him because they're afraid the same thing will happen to them. Because, it happened to T, it happened to Dora, it happened to Smashley.
Yeah, I think that I deal with that with somebody that I know too. People are afraid to walk away from them because they don't want things to happen to them.
Oh, we're familiar with that person over here.
Yeah, very familiar.
We know.
But listen, I just wanted to come up and say that for Joyce. I feel like, sometimes I get where some of the people were coming from. Like sometimes you just, you word something and then people automatically assume something. So it's just better to make sure you just say, I was told or something, so that she doesn't get a text.
Yeah, just always
She
think
didn't mean
about how
any
it's going
harm
to
by
look on
it.
a green screen.
But
Think
I
about,
did listen. I'm not causing any shit in here.
you're,
Yeah, I'm on my best behavior.
you are. She's being good.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nicole, you're actually sitting on your hands today.
Yes,
Nicole's
I
been doing
am. I
really
am.
good.
Listen. I'm innocent until proven guilty on everything. Okay.
She's been doing good.
Yeah. You guys have a good day, though. Thanks for letting me up, Dora.
Thanks, Nicole.
You're welcome, Nicole. We'll see you later, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm gonna stalk you guys now.
We're here.
I want to keep up on the story.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch up on it because that's about the last time I heard of it was when all this shit went down. I've heard him
Yeah,
spout.
and now there's a lot of people who, know really nothing about him and everything, trying to like step into the middle of it, like Amanda and stuff. And
Oh, man.
I'm like, and Amanda, how many weeks live? How many weeks in a row did she just go live every day for hours, just railing on T for like constantly over the same stuff? And it's like, but she wants to sit there and say people are obsessed and stuff like that. And it's
Yeah,
like,
we have a
girl,
few of those
you've
on
been
my
live for
side.
weeks. And I'm not,
Yeah.
me and T aren't, I don't sit with T or anything, but damn, I mean, every night, hours, she'll sit in there and just talk and talk and talk about T. So it's like,
Yep.
It's
let's
like
not talk about
Medusa and
obsession.
Lala. That's all I hear about.
So, guys, I just have to interrupt for the people saying in the comments that I'm all over the app defending him. First of all, I just got out of the hospital a week ago, and I haven't been on
I'm
TikTok.
sorry.
So, I'd like you guys to show me where
Yes, let's show you
I've been all
where.
over the app supporting him.
And then why don't you all, for the class and the teacher here, put your definition of defending? Because I'm going to tell you that the
All I
definition of
said was that
defending in
there
a
was no
dictionary
proof
is
of a
probably way
warrant.
different than theirs.
I didn't say I don't believe him. I didn't say I support him. I didn't say I don't support him. All I mentioned is there's been no warrant that anybody could find. I was told. So I should have said I was told that Nicole's right. I've never done or said anything in regards to whether I support him or don't support him. People are taking what other people are telling them and running with it. Um, I don't have the energy for this. I don't have, I don't. Like, I'm just starting to come back in boxes. And I don't know. Like, I'm not defending him.
It's all right, Miss Joyce. And that's the only statement, honestly, that you should have to make on that. You addressed it in the moment, and any further defending of it just looks desperate and it exhausts
And I
me.
don't agree with him giving out Smashley's information.
I don't think
Absolutely
anybody
not.
does.
Nobody would, or anybody's personal information. And I've told him that.
Yeah.
It's not like I sit back and say, oh, like when I've been in his lives, I told him that's not right. I don't agree with that.
Well, I
And
think people
it's
that,
not like I'm up in
you're,
his box fighting people for him because I physically can't.
what I will
We
say
are
is
Oh,
there's
and
a
you
human.
lot
need
of
to heal,
people,
Joyce. You need to
Right.
like
yeah,
get yourself better.
And that's
there's a
why I'm
lot of
saying, like, I'm not
yeah.
supporting him.
Don't let
There's a
this
lot of
app.
people that say, I don't support him. I don't agree with what he does. What I will say is, I agree with, or I believe you, and I believe the people that say that. But and I'm not talking about you, Joyce. I'm talking in general. Just
Right.
don't think this is at you. You know, if I'm friends with somebody, but everything that they're doing, literally everything, I don't agree with, then we have different morals and different values. And so I'm not
Right.
going to sit with that person. I'm not going to be in their lives. I'm not going to be friends
Right.
with them because we're on a different moral plane. And so I would say to anybody who says, oh, he knows I don't agree with 99% of the stuff he does, well, then why are you friends with him? Why are you sitting in his box? Why are you in his lives? Because if you don't agree with 99% of the stuff he does, then you shouldn't be sitting there. When you're sitting there in his box and in his lives, you are supporting him because you're giving him views, you're giving him
there's
gifts
nothing
and all
to
this stuff.
support with that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's no 1% there that's worth sitting there for, and it's worth putting yourself in the middle of that and putting yourself as a target for people who are saying that you're supporting him. So, for all these people that kind of are side watchers and just sit there with him but don't support this, if you don't support what he does, then don't support it. But you can't play both sides, and I'm not talking about you again. I'm talking about all these other people. You can't play both sides and say, oh, I don't agree or support with most everything he does, but still sit there in his box and talk to him and stuff and give him views and give him, because that is in essence support. And so, people need to realize that and, to think that they're not going to be linked up with him as being one of his supporters. You're going to be. And so if you don't, and this is for any creator, if you don't support or agree with the things they do and say morally, then don't sit with them at all. Block them or whatever you need to do, but do not sit with them if you don't support them, because sitting in someone's box and in their live and chatting, that's supporting them. One way or another, it is supporting them. And, in this case, there's so many victims of his and so many people that have been hurt from him.
Yeah,
and
that's a long list.
It just looks as oh yeah, and it's a slight to them when people, especially women, are supporting him. Us women need to defend other women.
Wasn't there relationship issues of abuse that was alleged?
I don't know about that. I'm not going to speak to that.
Okay,
I haven't seen any
just
proof
wondered.
of it. There was accusations, but I think they were recanted.
They were
so
taken
I'm
back.
not going to.
Yes, they were.
Yeah,
You're right
I'm
on
not
that.
going to say he has anything like that. I haven't seen any
Yeah,
proof
I'm
of
just
any.
trying. That's why I said allegations.
Well.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't come out and say anything other. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to get a mental background because I don't follow this religiously.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, excuse
no,
me. I
he's
just
never
want to
had that.
interrupt for just one moment. I just need to say, please don't attack people in the comments for different views. This is a discussion, and we're not here to attack anyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Shannon.
Can we all act like adults, please? Can that just be a thing?
Did his video he did of Smash, did that get taken down or is it still up? Does
I
anybody
don't
know?
watch any of it. He's blocked.
I just happened to see the one where he doxed her, and I wasn't sure if that was. Surely it was taken down. I reported it, but
especially because of that whack job that was after her.
Oh yeah, she's got somebody out there.
That scares me. You know what I mean? And
hey, so Joyce, real quick, somebody just messaged me and told me that back when this first came out, Bougie confirmed there was a warrant.
She did, absolutely.
See,
she confirmed that it was him on the video.
I have no idea about that. Like,
Hang on, because I have the video. Give me just a second.
There could have been a warrant at the time. Yeah, who knows, right? But again, I'm Canadian, and I don't understand a lot of the American law. Well, I mean, I guess it would be the same here, but like.
So I have the video. I'm going to play it real quick.
Sure.
Yeah, give me just a second.
I say your friend sarcastically. They did a live and read an affidavit that was sworn out on Thursday in Alachua County that had security footage of what looks to be Florida man, what looks to be a van. That a man in a van drives. And they swore a warrant on Thursday, the detective did, alleging that he broke into this business at a flea market and stole over $50,000 in collectibles. This Facebook is said business collectibles.
Bougie says that the officers sworn out a warrant.
By the way, my username is not copying OG. I only had to change it because there's like 5 breezies on here, and I kept getting confused with the other ones.
Yeah.
I
Why
mean, I
is no one?
guess
3 warrants.
we'll
That's
find out.
almost screams grand jury.
Right?
I'm sorry.
And yeah,
Yeah, it may
The
not be
court clerk
posted.
might give information. I don't know if the court clerk will give information. They may direct you to, I don't know. Depends on the area. Most court clerks, some will and some just,
Yeah.
don't want to give out information. So I wouldn't go by that. They may not, I don't want a bunch of people calling that courthouse and backlogging their, so we don't know that they would give out any information at all. They may, but I don't know for sure that they would.
Correct. They may not actually give, and it may not be posted, just like the original sworn complaint is now not on the case either. So if the warrant is a sealed felony warrant, you won't have access to it. It'll have to be confirmed by the police officer. Make my heart smile. Someone's Scammy Claw said she talked to the deputy that is working the case, and he confirmed.
And she was going to give the phone number to Mallory yesterday, but Mallory kept dropping her, so she said, fuck it. So, but yeah, she has the phone number for the detective that she spoke with that's over the case. But, Mallory could have got it so that she could have verified it, but she just kept dropping. She didn't want to hear anything that wasn't her belief, so. And I'm not a fan of Mallory, but what she did to Jen yesterday was
can we not talk
hilarious.
about that, please?
Hilarious.
Definitely
Thanks.
not because of that. I just want to say really quickly, he has
Oh, I
charges.
thought you were gonna go
Joyce,
for her.
stop, please, for a second. Hold on. He has charges. Absolutely. Scammy Claus can't produce a warrant. So where's the warrant? You all are believing Scammy
You're not
Claus?
always going to be able to find a warrant
I have
online. They don't always post
I have
that.
Scammy Claus on a live saying it's public. Go find it.
Well, if you'd have kept her in your box and not kept dropping her, she was going to give you the contact information
I
for
have
the
the
direct
contact information already. I
officer.
don't need her to do that for me.
Well, then find out.
Honey, he doesn't have a warrant. He has charges. And it honestly, on the page.
Tell me, what's the difference between charges and warrant? What's the difference?
He has charges. He has been appearing from everything it looks like on the website.
No, he has not. He is not.
No.
There's no initial appearance marked.
I've spoke to the business owner. He has not appeared for anything. He has not turned himself in. He has done nothing. They are still looking for him. The business owner themselves are working to put together a reward themselves.
So you all are just going vigilante then and doing all of this?
No, I've spoken with the business owner since July. They have not. They are still looking for him. He has done
When was the last time you spoke to him? Yesterday?
Yesterday.
Okay, well, I'm going to talk to the detective, and I'm going to bring awareness to the fact that Scammy Claus is starting that GoFundMe under false pretenses.
If he knows there's a warrant, then there's not false pretenses, though, is there? If the detective knows there's a warrant.
Scammy Claus said the warrant is public, and I went to look for it, and guess what I can't find?
Okay,
Mallory.
Good for you.
Mallory, real quick, honey. Bougie even confirmed there's a warrant.
There could have been. That doesn't mean it's active now. I'm not on anybody's side.
So you went from there was no warrant to there could have been a warrant.
Hey, OG, shut up for a second. I'm not defending him. I am literally sitting here saying that charges and warrants are two different things. He has charges. Scammy told me to do the research. She said on a live, the warrant is public. I went to the warrant database. He does not have a warrant. He has 3 charges.
So if someone has charges and they have not went to court for them, they have not shown up for them, they have not turned themselves in for
That's
them,
weird because he's
that
filed
is still a
defendant
warrant.
information and it says initial appearance.
He has not made an initial appearance.
Then why is it marked
They are
as
looking for
appearance
him.
on the website?
That's what you think it is.
No,
it is.
that's what it
all
is.
that is. There has been no docket updates on that case since the initial one. The very initial document with the charges is the only one.
There has been. 810.
All it is showing the defendant and the information they found. There's nothing there stating a lawyer appearance, a defendant appearance.
You know what I think is funny is Scammy said the warrant was public and you can't find an active warrant. So again,
so that's your issue that it's not public.
No, my issue is that Scammy has lied enough on people.
And Florida Man hasn't?
Yeah, he has. But you know what the difference is?
You still defend him.
No, I'm not defending him, honey.
You've been defending him for months.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have.
How have I defended him?
Everything that people say about him, you've come up with an excuse.
I'm accepting you.
No, I haven't.
Go to talk about, well, this person does that person does that, instead of making him be accountable for what he does. You have not once held him accountable in months.
She's lied on me several times. OG, I have not defended him. I told him what he did to Smash was wrong. So
you still sit with him.
Produce proof that I have said anything in direct defense of him.
You are right now.
No, I'm not.
Can I interrupt for a moment?
Yes.
What about what Smash let other people do to me, Jen? Because you remember that Smash had somebody up in her platform and she allowed them to double down on my fiance being a predator. And
okay, 1 second. Can M speak real quick? Can M speak real quick? Give me 1 second. Go ahead, M. I'm sorry, baby.
No, you're okay. I didn't want to interrupt. I kind of just popped in here, but I think a lot of people have too much feelings involved in this entire situation. And what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. I don't believe he has a warrant. He has charges or whatever. But I mean, like, a lot of people, again, just have too much invested time into this shit. And like, y'all got to take a step back and look at it logically. Is all I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah. It's not either or for me. The charges are fucking wild. If he did it, they deserve justice. But y'all are sitting here raising money and you can't even prove that there's a warrant out for his arrest.
I think
so. If and when he gets picked up, will you admit you were wrong?
It's the fact that you're trying to like continue with the wrong information. Like, it's not.
I think too. Also, in a felony
where is the
case,
proof of the warrant?
In the case of a felony, it could also be a sealed warrant.
Then why did Scammy Claus say it was public?
So that's the issue. She said it was public.
She said it was public.
That's a big issue. She said it was public.
It was public, wow. And to go do my research. I'm doing my research. I have done it.
You know why she said that? Because every time she shows receipts of stuff, y'all make excuses on why.
No, I've asked her to show me the warrant. I've asked her to show me the warrant 4 times, and she's told me every time to go do my research. She told me to go look it up, so I went and looked it up, and guess what I still can't find? That's the point.
Well, has the officer called you back yet?
No, I'm going to talk to him this week.
Okay.
But again, why
did you talk to him and he tells you there's a warrant, then you come back on and admit it.
Why did Scammy lie? It's not about the fucking warrant even. It's about Scammy lying.
It's about you put semantics over the word public. Yeah, over the word public is all you have an issue with.
Here comes fire. Wow, that's mature, Mel. But,
well, you're not very mature, so I just meant your energy.
Stop talking.
Oh, did you post that charge last night as the warrant, Scammy? Were you trying to prove me wrong?
Are you done?
I'm not really done because I think you're
now you're interrupting after you were telling people to shut up.
Because she hasn't shown the proof yet, and
you don't let people talk.
Liar.
You're not
going to let people talk.
You're going to have to let me talk.
There's no evidence of a warrant.
You're not going to let me talk,
Mallory.
You're not going to let me talk,
Scammy Claus.
You're not going to let me talk,
Mallory. Shut up, Mallory.
Please mute her.
Show the warrant.
Please, I'm begging her. I'm begging you. Please mute her.
so I can get a word in. Thank you. Mallory, if you look at his charges, he has a felony one warrant for over $100,000. Do you think there wouldn't be a warrant for his arrest? Number
He
one.
has a charge. Where's the warrant?
Number two, can I finish? Number two, they're not going to list the warrant on there. There is a warrant. If you talk
Let
to
me
the
go get my
officer, now,
iPad so I can
can
play
I
Tammy
finish?
Sing.
Can I finish? Can I finish?
I'm going live to prove
Can
you're
I,
a liar. Bye.
oh my God, will you, please, thank you. So, Mallory, let's discuss this. Last night when I came in your box, I was trying to explain everything, but you kept muting me and you kept blocking me. Okay? If you look up the laws in Florida and you look up charges with $100,000 stolen, there is automatically a warrant out for that person. There's no way to escape that. I spoke with the officer, and last night I was going to give you the officer's phone number and his name so you could call yourself, but you were being so ridiculously rude. You wouldn't let me talk. I was going to give it to you, and I'm not giving that to you now. So you can call blindly and try to figure out who it is. I could tell you 100% there is a warrant out for his arrest. 100%. Do you really think? Well, see, this is the problem. This is the problem. Mallory and others are so used to lying and so used to people lying. When people tell the truth, they don't believe it because it's somebody that they don't particularly care for. But people that know me on this app know that I don't lie, and they know that I put the proof out. There is a 100% warrant out there.
And Scammy,
100%.
just a real quick question so people understand it.
Mhm.
You confirmed also with the officer the warrant, correct?
Absolutely. It is extraditable anywhere in the 50 states, even if he is in Hawaii, they will extradite him.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Sure, Joyce.
Um,
How are you feeling?
you know I'm on for Mallory, right?
Yep. How are you
When did
feeling?
I buy her? I'm starting to feel better, thanks. I have pneumonia now, but they say you always get sick out of the hospital. So,
Oh yeah.
but thank you for asking. I do appreciate that. Um, can I ask you where you heard that we bought Mallory's couch? Like it's a goofy thing, but I'm just
Former
curious.
mods. Former mods.
Okay, well, I promise you we never bought her that couch. Like, we never bought her that. There's no way in God's
Okay.
green earth that
So
she
did
would
the
get.
did any other mods do it? Do you know?
No, none. None of her mods. None of the mods have bought her that couch. And that's why it's like, it's so crazy because I was like, well, when did she? And she got that couch after those mods left. So, that's where the confusion comes in. That's all. Because I was like, I
Okay.
never fucking
I
paid for no
appreciate that.
couch.
I got, people told me that, the couch was purchased by mods.
Yeah,
Um,
no, I promise it wasn't. It was never purchased by mods. So
okay.
whoever's saying
Mallory, if
that
you're
is
still in
just
here, Mallory, if you're still in
right.
here,
Like, and I'm
yeah.
being respectful, and I appreciate you being respectful to me too. So, that's all I just wanted to ask you because I haven't been able to get in a box with you before, or
Oh
I
no,
could
that's
have
fine.
messaged
That's
you,
fine.
I guess. Yeah. Okay,
That's fine.
thank you, Scammy.
Yeah, no
I
problem.
appreciate you listening.
Oh, no problem. Okay, so if Mallory's still in here, then Mallory did buy the couch. Her mods did not buy it, and I will make a couch video to apologize for that. Okay, is
So I'm
that fair?
confused. In Mallory's eyes, does that mean that someone can have a felony warrant for $100,000 in theft,
Of
and they
course, she's
can just
lying.
call the police department and say, "Hey, I did that. Sorry," and the warrant goes away and it's taken care of, and now it's just charges, and they're not going to come after them or say,
Listen,
"Turn
listen.
yourself in."
According to what Mallory said last night on her live, she said, "What I can see from it is there was already an appearance." That's wrong. If there was an appearance, they would have
He
held
left the
him. They
state
wouldn't let him
shortly
go.
after that happened. Yeah, he would not. He don't have a home. If there was an appearance, he would not have left that courthouse. He has no
Exactly.
home. He's been state to
Exactly.
state for months. They have no assurance that he would show up for court.
Exactly.
they would definitely have
Exactly.
held his ass.
Can I say something? I
Hold
think
on. Let me say one thing quick. There's no proof yet of a warrant. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Listen, all of you down there, the people that are saying there's no proof of a warrant are people that support him. And I understand why you're doing that because you don't want to believe the videos. You don't want to believe the police reports. You don't want to believe what I say. And that's fine. That is absolutely fine. You guys can believe what you think. And I'm going to believe what the police officer who investigated the crime told me.
well,
And
can
that's
I
fine.
can
That's
I say
fine.
Defending a lifelong criminal is crazy to me.
can I
Marilyn,
say
go ahead, baby.
Okay, so I think Scammy, and I'm saying this with all due respect. I'm not trying to come at you. I'm not one that supports him. I'm his ex best friend. See my name, reject Maryland, because that's what he called me. So it's a joke for me.
Yep.
But however, I think the problem people are having, and I've looked over and combed over everything that's out there. There is nowhere stating that there's a warrant.
Right.
And you know how how this app goes. You can't just say, well, a detective told me or a police
No,
officer told
I
me
understand
without
that.
no. And let me finish. And I'm just saying that no one takes word of mouth without, you have to have, how this app goes is actual proof, receipts. And that's what everyone's stuck on, forgetting the actual, what can be discussed are the actual facts that are out there. The charges are out there. The video of him breaking into swamped collectibles is out there.
Yep.
The fact he stole over 100K is out there. The fact that the case is open, meaning it's active, it hasn't been dismissed, it's ongoing, is out there. These are all things that are factual and is out there that can be discussed, that people can look up and investigate and go look and see the actual proof for themselves.
Right.
But saying like, oh, there's a warrant when there isn't one.
They're
And I'm
going
not
by
trying to
what the
say,
court docket is saying.
There
I'm not
is.
trying to say you're lying. I'm just trying
No,
to
I
say,
know what
and that
you're
you
saying. I know
didn't.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
I
Right.
know
And
what you're saying.
that's what people are stuck on with. Let's just set the warrant. Let's take the warrant out of it and stick to what we can talk about and what is factual, what is out there.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
No,
Otherwise, it
no.
just makes
Listen.
what you're saying like,
I
oh,
understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. You know what I find, and I agree with that. People want to see warrant for Michael Kinney. I understand that. There's some states where you can look up warrants for individual states and it will list it. Okay. Florida does not list on their criminal things that there is a warrant. I can tell you again, and believe it or not believe it, I really don't care. He does have a warrant, number one. Number two, I find it incredibly difficult to understand that on a daily basis, Michael puts stuff out without any proof and people believe it all the time. So why is it that not only is there a police report and video of him doing this and video of him showing the stuff that he stole from this place, and the store owner recognized all of these things on a live that Mike had and with a police report? How is it that that information is not enough for people to believe, but what he says about people vile stuff every night they believe that's what I want to understand.
I agree with that. That should be enough for people to say, wait a minute, this guy is a
Right.
thief. This guy has done so. He tanked. Listen up,
Yeah.
people who are riding hard on him. He tanked a business. He tanked a whole business. There is video of him breaking into this business.
But
There
that's
is
not enough.
video of him taking those items, those stolen items out and about, transporting him from his van. He went on live with that stolen merchandise, trying to claim it was his. It's like, come
And I'll say it
on.
again. I said
You
it
can't be
earlier.
so
You
That
have it. Oh my
business
blinded
God! Wait.
still
Somebody
has
by
not been
having a
claiming
recovered.
friendship
AI.
with him that you
Oh
ignore
my
the facts
God!
that are out there. And that's what should be discussed and talked about, not
Jordan,
the
that's
what
not
ifs and
AI.
all this other
It's
stuff.
not AI. It's not
Listen,
AI. And that business has still
Who's
not
saying the video is
recovered.
AI?
I'll
Can I
100% support it.
can I interject
That
real
is the
quick?
most
'Cause
ridiculous.
asinine thing, and you're dumb. Whoever said that, you're dumb.
Okay.
My
So I've been
God,
sitting here
man.
listening, right? And the only problem I have with that statement is we have a justice system for a reason. And we are not judge, jury for anybody.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
And so to make, like, it's not, yes, we are allowed to judge. Yes, we're allowed to do a certain amount, but when it starts to lean towards throwing things around my kitchen as a 1-year-old, sorry about the noise, there's just a limit on how far you can take it out here. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And
Yeah.
to
Well, we're
sit
just
here
trying to
on,
get him in front of a judge so that he can face the justice system. We don't want people to go
okay,
attack him. We don't
again,
want anything
Absolutely
like that.
not.
No,
again, we are
you
not
you just want him
cops.
to take accountability. He preaches
Are any of you
accountability.
cops? Are you any of you cops?
No.
No, we're
Okay.
not claiming
That's
that.
why
If
we're
you
trying to
wanted
get
to
him
put
two
people
cops.
in jail and be that person, then go to school for it and become a cop. You're on
Do
the
you know
internet.
that cops put out like wanted posters and everything all the time,
Okay,
asking
so
for the
call the
public's help to
1-800
find
number,
people.
receive your reward, give his location, and move along.
That's what we're trying to
So my
do.
thing is,
That's what people are trying to do, babe. That's what people are trying to
yes,
do.
what I'm saying is like, okay, when we look at the actual incident report, right, which is also no longer available on the website. When you look at that report, the way they identified him was the plate number off of the van. They ran it through the database. They found a positive identity, including the camera footage that was there from the business. They confirmed a positive identity enough to make the initial report and face the charges. However, also warrants, if they are felonies, are also they could be sealed for a reason because they want him in for questioning. So we can't, like, I understand also that everybody's problem is with Scammy Claus saying the warrant's public. I think in Scammy Claus's perspective, she is saying, look, the case is public, look it up, but also
Thank
there
you.
is a warrant.
Exactly. And again, a felony of that magnitude,
And it may come off different because something I may say may come off totally different and without you actually knowing what I'm trying to say.
a felony of that magnitude, of that amount of money, people really don't think there'd be a warrant out, huh?
And it's crazy that, like, knowing what he
There's
did,
warrants for less.
yeah, knowing that he did it, knowing that we have proof he did it, he shut down a small business, ruined a family's livelihood, and all they're hung up on is,
It's a
well,
warrant.
can't find the warrant. Can't find the warrant. But yet you have no issues and still sit with the man who destroyed a small business and has been a con man all his
so this is where
life.
I'm going to interject again. This is where I'm going to interject again because I'm going to put rationality and common sense into this.
Okay.
Are you a professional in forensics?
Oh my God.
How do you
Oh, that
know?
has nothing
Oh
to
my
do
God.
with
You don't
it,
have to be
girl.
a forensic
Come
professional
on.
to see
Come
his pace on that
I'm gonna crash the
camera.
fuck out. Come
You can
on.
look at
Crash
that
the fuck
camera and
out.
tell
Go ahead.
that's him.
Go ahead. I'd like to see you. Crash the fuck out.
Oh,
A
go
legally
away.
You're an
blind
idiot.
person can look at
You're a
that
fucking
page,
idiot.
that
I'm an idiot.
video,
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
and
an
you
idiot.
are.
Guys,
You
I'm
I'm
are.
not
see
rational.
this
I'm an
guy.
idiot
There's proof.
because
There's
I'm
proof
not
out there,
willing.
bitch. There's proof out there
And
of
now
him
I'm a
robbing a
bitch.
fucking
Rationalize.
store.
Ooh, this
What
is
the
a
fuck
very
is wrong with you? I
intellectual
don't gotta be a
conversation.
detective or investigator to see that shit.
This
Bitch.
conversation went from having an adult conversation to being a 2-year-old and calling names like one
Because
fucking great
you're
people.
you're not intelligent.
Oh, yay,
You're up here
let's
saying we
do
should be
this.
police officers and
Let's
are we
do
investigators
this.
and all this
We
shit.
just took our
When there's a whole
IQ
ass
down to
video
like
of the man.
All right, all right, all right.
The fuck?
Can I ask a question?
And now we're muting.
No. Can I ask a question? Ma'am, let me ask you a question. And I want you to think about this seriously. Let's say, and this is hypothetical, okay? Let's say that the business was your parents' business.
Because I feel like yelling, that's why.
Hold on. No.
Right, because we're
Marilyn
an
can
intellect
yell.
of a
Oh, shut the
75.
fuck up.
Please,
Shut the fuck up. I'm so
If you
tired
have
of
to
dumb
call
bitches.
names because
Shut
you're
the
not
fuck
winning
up.
an argument, That means your IQ is like a 75.
No,
bitch.
let's not
Okay,
do that.
Right?
Come on,
okay.
come
As
on,
you
come on.
said.
We don't need to be like that.
As you said.
We don't. Let's not. We don't need to be like that. Come on.
That's what she did.
Okay.
Just giving it back.
I know.
No, you realize that Marilyn was a long-term best friend of his, who is just now speaking.
Let me finish, Mayhem. But again, hypothetical. Let's say this business was your parents' business, okay? And let's say their business is robbed, and you see these videos of this person that you don't know walking around your business when it's closed, caught on camera, and that same day, ironically, things are stolen from the store, and then you get footage of your items being shown on a TikTok live. Would you be more likely to guess that that person was responsible based on video evidence?
I would expect my law enforcement, the detectives and the investigators to be able to do their job. I wouldn't be doing it for them.
Okay, so you wouldn't say, "Yep, this guy is guilty.
Again,
He
I
showed
gave
that."
you an answer. You don't have to ask the question twice.
She's
Okay.
not asking if you would go after him. She's asking if in your
I
mind
would
you
let
would say
the
that is that
investigators,
person.
the cops, and the detectives and the professionals do their
Yeah, I bet you
job.
would.
I would.
Okay.
I
If it
would.
was your business, I bet you would.
I own a business. I absolutely would. If someone came into my yard and stole my business trailer that's loaded down with my business, I would let the detectives do their job.
Okay, and
That's
They
what our
fled the
taxes
state
pay
and they
for,
couldn't
isn't
find
it?
them. Wouldn't you want people looking for that person to help bring them to justice?
I wouldn't want them out here to immediately say they're 100% guilty. I'm going to let the justice system do what it's set up to do.
Then tell him to turn himself in, and then he can prove his innocence.
Why should I tell him to turn himself in? He's not my friend.
Hey,
I don't have any play in this at all.
Hey,
That's what's funny.
One
For being
second.
called a bitch by somebody in the box. I have no play in this other than just simply having an opinion.
1 second. M would like
That's
to
my
read
opinion
something,
of
guys.
you. So, okay.
M would like to read something, so let's let M read something. Give me 1 second.
Let me.
Oh, go ahead, M.
I don't think you're. I don't understand.
You're cutting out, babe.
I'm able to provide video footage and
Yeah,
picture
you're
of
losing
white male
service. We
suspect.
can't hear you.
Vic was also able to provide blah 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 footage. Oh shit! Can you hear me now?
Yes, now we.
Can you hear me now? Okay. Victim were able to provide video footage with a picture of the white male suspect. Victim's name was also able to provide me with a parcel tag number of blah blah blah. Within the video footage is the defendant described as above. Within the videos that victim was able to provide me, see the defendant exit the white Dodge van near the business. He walks up to the business, blah blah blah. Like what? I don't understand. Like the report's out there. It was him. He just has to be caught. I don't know why anybody's trying to defend this bullshit. And I'm not trying to defend anybody else either, but like,
right here.
I mean, y'all need to think logically. Remove your emotions out of this shit. Everybody.
I am.
Point blank period.
There's the van. There's him.
I'm not a forensics expert.
That's
Where's
it.
the date? Where's the time?
Oh, you don't have to be
I'm
a
not
forensics
a
expert to see
forensics
that that's him.
God, man.
It's a picture. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
There's
And I
the
also
date.
know
There's
how
the time.
much these things can be edited.
Oh my
I
God.
am
Oh
not
my
an
God.
expert.
Don't go there. Don't. This is directly
Are
from
you
the
kidding me?
business
We just had a
owner.
woman found innocent
This
on
is
forensics
directly
because
from the business
forensics
owner's
was
page.
altered.
This was
Ma'am,
the
please
original
Are you
video.
not understanding this?
Please
Like, are you
This is
not
the
getting the
original.
point?
This is the original picture from the business owner's
A picture.
Facebook.
It's a picture. Do you not understand that pictures can be edited?
Oh my! You think
my
the business
God,
owner
this
edited this without even knowing who it was?
Hang
And
on,
what
May.
why would they edit it?
May.
You're
There's
not
also
understanding what
video.
I'm saying. I'm
Why
not
would they
saying he's
edit it?
guilty
They don't
or
know who
innocent.
he is.
Hold
They
on a
know who he
second.
is at
Hold
this
on
point.
one
This is
second.
some
Hold, 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 hold,
wild
hold.
shit.
Hold on
This
one
is some
second.
wild shit.
Breezy B, can you pull up the video
Who's
with the
going?
card?
Who's this guy?
This is some die-hard, I
Who is
love
this guy?
Florida man, wild shit.
Wait, who is this guy?
Can you pull up the actual video footage?
Who's
See if I can find it. I'm on their
you don't
Facebook
think
page.
videos aren't edited?
Girl, they didn't edit shit. They didn't even know who he was when they posted it. Really? Why would they edit it?
You're
They
not
want the
getting
person
the.
to be
See,
found.
you're not getting the point. You're speaking he. Who is he?
The
I don't
This
owner
man
of
right
the
here.
business.
This man right
The
here.
owner,
This
the owner
man.
of the business.
Right.
This is
Right
you
here.
seem to have a
security
personal
camera.
vendetta against.
Why would they? Why
Oh
would
my
they
God.
edit this? This is directly from their camera. They would
So
have no
you
reason to
can
edit
tell
this.
me that 100% you have no personal vendetta against this man.
No, he's never done shit to me.
He needs to turn
But I know
himself
this
in.
is
That's
him.
my vendetta. He needs to
That's
stop
him
going
right
on
there.
live preaching
That is
accountability and
100%
morality and
him.
killing his own
Hold
actors.
on, May.
I'll
What
keep
about
playing it.
what about just a second, you guys, please? What about the threats about a husband molestation on their kids, and what about all the threats?
I don't watch Florida Man, Nicole.
No,
But see,
I don't.
that's
I
part
know,
of the
but
problem.
At
Then. That's
all.
part of the problem.
yeah,
Because
No.
you don't know
Can I
that.
say my piece?
No, I'm not defending Florida Man. That's what y'all are failing to understand. And I got called a bitch because I made a statement.
That's my opinion. You're a bitch.
Well, you can have opinions. Opinions are like assholes. And you
Good.
seem
I'll
to
have
one,
mine, bitch.
right? An IQ of
TikTok Street Star,
75.
you're a scammer. Shut the fuck up. I can't even take you serious.
Let me answer
The whole
something
point
quickly.
here is Florida man's dangerous, and we seem to be forgetting this point. We're all sitting here arguing over these fucking warrants, but how about we take a step back and look at the fact of what he's doing?
Well, I think the argument is valid that if you say there's a warrant and you're raising money based
Girl,
off
I ain't
of there
talking
being
about the
a
warrant. Pay
that you should
attention.
have to show the warrant.
Pay the fuck attention. I ain't talking about the damn warrant.
You
I'm
just did.
saying,
Pay
I'm
the
saying,
fucking
no.
attention and
I'm
stop
saying
cussing
everyone
like
is
you
talking
makes
about
it
this
big and
warrant,
bad. Ooh.
but let's talk about everything
bad.
fucking else he's doing. Like,
Like,
Show
listen,
the
I can
second
argue
video,
both
Breezy.
sides of this all fucking day long, right? That's called debate class in high school, bitch. Okay, rejects.
don't fucking call me a bitch. How you don't
Hey,
fucking know
listen,
me.
it was okay to throw around the word fucking 5 minutes ago, right?
Hey, Liberty,
All right,
Liberty. They're going to
exactly.
show the video of him in his store showing
I'm just
the
trying to
merchandise.
say, he's out here doxing people, calling people's kids schools. You're talking about molesting children. Like, we're really worried about a warrant when he's out here threatening to put women on the dark web. And that post that you guys were talking about earlier was Smash's info. That shit is still up. Her full fucking name, her address, that shit is still up.
Listen, I have been doxxed so many fucking times. It's the internet.
Okay, so great.
That
Good,
doesn't
good
make it
job for
right.
you.
That
This
doesn't
isn't
make
a
it
pick
right.
me bitch, okay? Like, did Florida man pick you yet? Because we're not talking about you.
Wait, I want a man to pick me? Well, that shows your fucking intelligence.
So you're acting like a fucking pick me over here for Florida man.
I'm here to be picked. Someone pick me.
So it's okay to call
I'm
children
just listen. I'm
schools?
gonna.
Is that what you're saying? Because it's been
Let me-
done to you. It's okay to call a child
said it was
school?
okay?
Exactly. Like,
My
why
God.
are you like,
an
oh, I've been
idiot.
doxxed.
Where
I've been doxxed.
and did I
Well, it's the
say
internet.
it
I've
was
been doxxed.
okay?
So
Okay, so
are
that
you
doesn't make
fucking
it
kidding
okay.
me, bitch?
Where
That doesn't make it okay just
did
because it
I
happened to
say?
you.
Where did in anything I say it was okay to call kids school? Where?
You just said
I want
it's
you
the
to play back-
internet.
you
People
literally
get
just
doxxed.
said it's
I've
the
been
internet.
doxxed.
Play back what I said. Play back what I said. Go ahead. Play back what I said. No, you can't because I didn't
Girl,
say that.
Be fucking for real right now. Like,
yes, you did.
Pay attention.
I
Listen,
did. I
you know,
said it was okay to call a kid school. I did.
Just
You
you
can
said
play
it's
back
the
my
internet.
voice.
People
You
get
pretty much
doxxed.
just excused
The fuck?
doxing,
I
and what he's
said
been doing
it's
to
the internet.
people.
People get doxxed. Did I say it was okay to call kids school?
They're not used to our side though,
Is that
Maymay.
not part
Our
of
side,
doxing?
it's
Is that
very
not
common.
part of doxing?
It's very common for her side, Maymay's side, to get doxxed, but it's not common for people over here. It's not
So
common,
now they're
and
This
losing
it's
has
their
gone
scary
beyond
to
kids'
me.
just simple.
schools.
This has gone beyond just regular doxing, though. When you are calling schools and spreading
That's not
lies and
doxing.
saying lies,
Calling a kid's
No, that's definitely
no.
not
Why am I
doxing.
being muted? Calling a kid's
Thank you. Jesus.
Thank you. This
You
has
know
gone
what?
beyond doxing. And
Yep.
yeah, it is doxing because how are you getting this information? So first of all, you had to find her information. Then you had to find her school, the kid's school information. This is beyond doxing and now is sitting in dangerous territory.
And wait a second. Why do we have kids' school information?
Can
He
you mod?
got
Can you mod
he got
M
the
for us?
information
Yes,
and
babe.
he called a certain I'm not gonna say who because I don't know if anyone knows, but he called somebody's kid's school and was spreading lies.
Yep.
So before I drop down, I only came up because I want to. A lot of people are questioning me and things like that. I want to say I think it's disgusting for anybody, and I mean anybody. I don't care who you are, to stand by a man like this. Okay, to stand by a man that makes up lies of fucking raping um kids that is literally making a business shut down, and that is 100% him, that stand there, okay, and think it's okay and funny for a lot of disgusting things to be said. As a woman, you should be ashamed of yourself, and I don't care who you fucking are.
I agree.
Okay,
I agree.
shame on you, and shame on all you other bitches that aren't in here. And I know it'll be a clip. And that's all. You guys have a good day.
Well,
Monster, you're working extra, girl. You're
and that's
working
kind of
Thank you.
extra.
why
Thank
I
you,
wanted to come
Nicole.
up
You're
too.
working extra, Monster. Listen, let me
Because
say this. People can keep talking about the GoFundMe, what it was raised for, and all that. I put out there how much was raised. I'm going to show you how much money was put into my account from the GoFundMe. And why don't you hold on to your opinions until that money is given to the person that gives the information to get him arrested when you see me pay them. Okay? How about y'all do that rather than all like Monster saying out there, I'm financially gain. How am I financially gaining when the money that was collected is less than what I'm putting out? 1685 collected, I'm offering $2,000. So how am I gaining off of it? When the information is given and he is arrested, somebody's going to get $2,000, which is over $400 that I'm putting out of my personal money, number one. And number two, how can you say I'm scamming people when the money's being saved for that? And if he's arrested without tips, all the people are getting money back. But you're saying it because that's what you want me to do. You want me to be an evil person here, being a scammer like other people that do GoFundMe's on the side. Don't pass judgment before something happens, because that's what you're doing. This video here, by the way, let me preface this. These are the cards that Mike was showing on a live about a week after it was robbed. The owner of the store has already said and proved that these are his cards based on the price tags, based on the containers they were in.
You can see their little stickers up there. That's the ones they use to identify the cards. It's still got the store,
Yep.
sticker right there on it and everything. Little price stickers right there.
Listen. I'm going to drop down here because I was in the middle of something. Everybody, let them talk, okay? Just let people talk. Let them give their opinions. Let them make their allegations. Let them do it all, okay? All I know is when this finally comes to an end and he's arrested, because I can tell you, we are getting tips in every day. Okay, when this is all done and he's arrested and The warrant will be acted upon, and he's taken to Florida, and he's not given bond. That's when I'm going to sit back and I'm going to laugh at every single one of you that is still defending this guy.
The
So
store owner
keep doing
also
it.
has
Keep doing it.
added more of their own. They are also adding. They have their own reward, so it's actually quite a bit more than what Scammy's collected for the reward.
Are you at liberty to tell everybody how much that is or no?
Yes, they said they would add 10. They have a reward already. Now it's not in It's not working with Scammies. It's their
Correct.
own for $10,000.
And
$5,000 for anyone who abetted him in or after. So any associates that helped him. Now, it's not saying people that sit with him. This is just people who abetted him by concealing his whereabouts or helping him offload the cards, anything like that.
so $12,000, $10,000 from the store, $2,000 from me, and with the GoFundMe, $5,000 if anybody helped him with this burglary. Worked in conjunction with him. Has anybody
Crash out
ever heard
Scammy,
of
he
like?
did not have a key.
Right, exactly. The guy didn't know him. How could he have a key? The guy had never met him before. He said that.
Hold on, I think I got a picture of the door. Hold on. Yeah, right here. That's what he did to the door. Glass is all busted. That looked like a key was used.
And for the ones that are saying, well, I need to see him leave with the merchandise, he's got charges. It's an active, open case. So why isn't he, if he's innocent, facing those charges?
Because they don't want to believe it. They don't want to believe it. They don't want to believe it. Part of it is they don't want to believe it. And part of it, the other thing I want you guys to really notice, okay, is that the people that are defending him to the hilt are people that have had similar issues in their life in terms of run-ins with the law, and they have had issues on this app with people coming after them for doing sus shit. Okay, these are the same people that are trying to pull me into their little web of felonies, questionable behavior, all that kind of stuff. And the thing is, it's not going to happen. Because as
Everybody
I said,
ignore Crash Out Scammy or Sammy. Apparently that spread love. Sorry.
I'm not even reading the comments because it's just, I try not to do that so I can stay on point. Let the people talk. As I said, let them talk. Let them stick up for him. They have the right to do that. Let them say, oh, Amy scammed everybody. She made financial. That's fine. Keep saying that. When it does happen that money is given out, then what I expect are people to come back and say, oh, I'm sorry I said you were gaining financially. Oh, I'm sorry I said you were scamming. Because at that point, then you're going to be shown to be just what you are.
Hey, Snark, you care so much about the people of Gaza. Why have you been dealing with all this on your lives instead of making lives about the war ending? Wouldn't you be happy and cheering with the people of Gaza that the war is over?
I
and
think it should
they're
be having
going to
a
be able to rebuild?
celebration.
Yeah, they're able to rebuild. They can get aid in. I mean, they're cheering in the streets. Shouldn't you be, on live talking about that since you act like you care so much about them?
No, but we know
Instead of dealing with all
she's
this?
doing this because I called her out on her GoFundMe where she never showed any receipts. And she's enjoying that, and that's cool. Let her. Oh, it's not. See, this is another one. Okay, it's not over. That's why. Okay.
Yeah, she'll carry that on as long as she can. I mean, they haven't finalized it yet, but they've already agreed to it. So that's at least a step in the right direction that
I'm
you
glad,
think you would
Snark.
be
I don't
celebrating
have
if
the
you really
FBI
care for
looking at
them.
me, so it's there's that too. So okay, I'm dropping, guys. Thank you, Dora, for having this live. Thank you for
Absolutely.
letting me up here. Listen, I totally listen. Everybody have your own opinions. That's fine, and we'll see what happens. When everything comes to be, and we'll see who's right about it. Okay. Take care.
I'm gonna drop too. I just wanted to come up and say my piece. And I've been accused of sitting with Florida man before against people, and yeah, I used to sit with him. Not anymore. This this has gone too far. I've always called him out whenever he was doxing people.
I
I've
think
never stood
going
behind
and
that.
calling a child school is absolutely insanity. Why?
Exactly.
Why?
Hold on.
I
Yeah.
didn't even know that. And I'm just now
Yeah.
learning.
That's
Okay.
disgusting. And people who had their morals hit them and people who realized it was going too far stepped away from him. And it's sad
Exactly.
that there's people that still haven't. And, I commend people that have. Like, I know Smashley, I commended her. And Dora and T, I
I'm
commend
done with
y'all
this.
for stepping away when it got too
Yeah.
much.
I'm done.
I don't know why some haven't. It's crazy. But I'm going to
And
head
it
out.
baffles me.
Because I've been up here for a little bit and I'm in the big box and I hate being in the big box.
So
Why did
that's
I get
pretty
an
much
invite?
that's pretty much kind of what I wanted to
No,
say.
Megan is spread
That
love, correct?
that was
No.
me, Snark. I didn't mean to do that.
Why did somebody invite me?
That was me, Snark. I didn't mean to do that.
Okay, well then.
Can I just finish what I want to say and then I'll drop and get out of your hair? That's pretty much kind of what I wanted to bring up. I no longer I can't sit by and let this go, and especially what he's done to my friend. I have so much love for Smash, and even if I don't like you, this isn't right. This is like right is wrong is wrong. I don't care what beef we've had. Never go real life, never dox somebody, and then to bring kids into it is absolutely, absolutely disgusting. And I don't know how anybody can sit next to him and do that, but especially the women that still sit with him. That's foul. That's wrong. And I'm done. I'm walking away and I'll continue to call him out. And the fact that he still has that post up, and when I asked him to show proof of an accusation, he told me he couldn't because of a protective order. He couldn't show the proof of his claims. And I don't know much about protection orders, but that just seems weird. If you can't show the proof, then why you make the claims? But that's all. Thanks for having me up.
You're welcome, honey. Thank you, Devil's Kiss, for coming in and hanging out.
Of course. I'll see you guys around. Bye.
Bye, honey.
Well, this was fun.
Yeah, for sure. Like, we walked away. A lot of us did.
Yeah.
And when people have opinions that are the opposite opinion, we don't go after them.
It's. I don't know.
Snark said, Dora, you do this to everyone. Name who? Snark. Who? I'm waiting.
I'm waiting, Snark. Who? And if you don't like the way somebody moves, then why do you continue to come into their spaces? Because did I come after you for the Gaza shit while everybody else was? If I do it to everyone, wouldn't I have done it to you? Weird.
I'm gonna drop. I gotta take care of my zoo, but I'll be in the comments, babe.
Absolutely, hun.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. We were talking about the discussion of what Mallory was asking about the warrant. And other people came up to talk. Okay, bye. Mandy, that's what I was reading in the comments, babe. I'm not saying that's factual. I didn't hear it. I don't know, but I'm saying why if that's the case. If that's the case, absolutely, Sally. Absolutely, honey. We were asking a valid questions and people were allowed to ask about the warrant, about the other things. I was just trying to say I understood where Mallory was saying, hey, show the warrant if there's an active warrant. Blase, blase. It was a discussional live. It was not a bashing session of calling people's families and all the bullshit. Hi, Subway Surfers. I'm good, honey. How are you? Nobody here has threatened him. Nobody here is calling people's families. Nobody is here is calling his family. Nobody is doing any of that shit. Look at this logically. I have always said that. I even said in the beginning. People can have their opinions. Sally, do you know when that's going to take place, babe? Right. We're not calling family members of his. There are people that just peacefully walked away because it's too much. When it gets to the point where we're bringing people's fucking kids and calling families, that's too much. When is anybody going to understand that? Because they have a difference of fucking opinions. Go on any side of this motherfucking app and find out for your fucking self that people opinionate all the time. It's the fucking app. When we're bringing in other people, it's wild. Sally, that's right now, babe. Because people set boundaries and they don't want to be a part of it anymore, or they walk away, or they don't want to have shit to do with it, it makes them the bad guy. So their families deserve it because you're pissed off? And meanwhile, we're all just sitting here just thinking it's all okay. It's not. Bye, M. Thank you, sweetheart. Or just because we don't like another person that is being discussed, it's cheered on. If he wants to go live and preach about different things, then okay, let him do that. That's his opinions, right? Whatever. It's cool. I don't give a fuck. But when we're getting to the point on this motherfucking app where people's families are being affected because you're pissed off at them because they had a motherfucking opinion, is fucking wild. We're going to put up people's families' obituaries? Hell, I'll put my father's obituary up. I have zero fucking problem doing that. My fuck self. Yes, people are allowed to have opinions. People are allowed to talk about how they feel. You're trying to silence people who says that they feel a certain way? Snark wasn't muted in here for saying she didn't like the way I move. Okay, cool. Then don't come in here. Period. Block me. Simple as that. Case closed. Scammy Claus and I had a conversation. We're adults. Not everything has to be done on the app either. Not everything. Scammy Claus apologized to me. And I apologized to her. Because you know why? I know that woman through and through. I know her off this fucking app. But you know what? In the times that her and I were beefing, not once did I put up her family. Not once did I talk about her child. She knows that. She knows that.
You know why? Because I know how much her family means to her as the friend. Has she pissed me off? Have I pissed her off? Yeah, absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. Have we had a conversation and talked about it? Yep. Yep. Just because she was arguing with me or she didn't agree with me on something didn't mean that I was going to go after her whole family and her child and her wife. Because I would never. I've never publicly got on here and spoken about things that she has ever told me in confidence about her or anything. Neither has she. You know why? Because we're grown-ass fucking adults. We're grown-ass adults. She knows me enough she knows she has my personal number. If she has an issue, she can call me up on the fucking phone and we can talk about it. She has that access to me. A lot of people don't. Only a few of you have that access. If she wants to know something, she can call me. It didn't need to be a public seance. It didn't. A matter of fact, I have said on many of Alive and said, you know what? It doesn't matter. She doesn't have to apologize publicly. She doesn't have to do anything publicly. It's not even about that. We had a whole conversation about it. If I chose to accept it and move on with my life, I chose to accept it and move on with my life. I keep it pushing. I'm not going to hold 3 months lives talking about our friendship or talking about how she fucking said this or she did. No, it's done. I move forward. So did she. I didn't have to keep pounding it. It's okay. I agree. Not everything has to be brought to TikTok. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Yes, the world would be more peaceful if people could just have it and talk about it and move forward. Green-eyed monster. Hi, baby. How are you? This app consumes us, right? All of us can say at one point, it's consumed us. And I do hope that people can truly set aside differences and just understand. Go enjoy football. I think I'm going to kick some on too. I got dinner to cook. I'm going to put some dinner on for tonight and get my house cleaned and turn on my music. And I hope that everyone can have an opinion, can freely feel how they feel without having to be judged. It's wild. People can. It's okay. Have an awesome day, everyone. Take care. My grandparents will be arriving soon, so I am going to spend time with them today. Have a fabulous day. Take care.